Hi, everybody. Welcome to Today at the Races, sponsored by Fidelity First. Dave Rodman along with Keith Fustel here, and we'll bring you through the Monday program, December 26th here at Laurel Park, where the track is rated muddy right now, Keith, and maybe they're going to open it up just a little bit. Cloudy skies and a high of 48 degrees today.
Yeah, Christmas was good, hopefully for everybody. Yeah, the track right now looking out there, they had it sealed, now the Harrows are coming out, so I'm not sure which way we're going to go to start things out here, but muddy, definitely muddy. Look, their Harrows right there a little bit, so yeah, and I think this track very well could play the way it played on Sunday, Dave.
Yeah, with cloudy skies
Saturday.
and limited sunshine this time of year, we really need some sun to get it to the fast condition this afternoon. It looks like cloudy skies all day long, and just as Keith said, we've already had a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and continuing good momentum here at Laurel Park with our Christmas Eve card with a big handle on Christmas Eve, only game in town, and we'll be back on track after today on Friday here at Laurel Park, right? Taking entries today. And I want to remind you about the New Year's Eve. We have several stakes in the books coming, the Gin Talking, the Marylander, the Dave's Friend, 38 Go-Go, and the Jennings. So stakes action and the New Year and ring in 2017.
Yeah, and a good handle. Like I said, we tried the experiment on Christmas Eve, 2.8 million. The only game in town, and they really came in. The fans came in on the pick fives, the pick fours. So
right, that early pick five pool was astounding, and so was the late pick five pool as well. So I think today you have a ticket for us. Get some post-holiday cash and some New Year's money, maybe to pay off some of those holiday bills you have. What do you have, a pick six for us this afternoon?
Yeah, nice little pick six with a carryover of $6,000, close to $6,000. We'll call it $6,000. So yeah,
$59.35.
Nice little bump on Christmas Eve.
And also a super high five carryover is pretty enticing in the opener. $5,241. That's a 15% takeout. Pick the first five for the super high five payout, $1 minimum and 15% takeout. So a couple of carryovers on today's program. No carryover in the pick five, at late pick five with this carryover potential. The first pick five of the day starts in the first race, and that is a mandatory payout in the early pick five.
I think they're going to come in shorter field in the opener with that nice little carryover. You might want to get a little handle on and get yourself a couple tickets on this super high five, and I think it's a race where a lot of money is going to come in on the 9 and the 1. You see the play usually on this ticket. If there's a stronger favorite, that's a big key for a lot of players. They'll come in and they'll pump this pool up quite a bit in race one.
Absolutely. So in the opener today at mile and a 16th, we'll get to the handicapping for today's card. A field of 9 going to post, and no changes in the first and no changes in the second for our early double action on Today at the Races, sponsored by Fidelity First. Keith, your selections in the opener. Anything catch your eye at a price here?
Price-wise, maybe the 3. Ghetto Fabulous. I know you kind of a little bit of a tout the other day on the Woodbine horse. Got some good information, some off-track information on that animal. Ghetto Fabulous is going to be maybe my key to the exotics top and bottom at a price for trainer Wayne Potts. He's had really good luck with horses going synthetic to dirt, 24% over the last couple of years. I like that with a nice strong ROI of over $3. So Ghetto Fabulous, a horse, stamina, is a question mark. Even races at 6.5 and 7 at Woodbine. I don't think the mile and the 16th is going to be too much of a stretch out. Sligo Bay on the top side, Louis Couture's on the bottom. You see Sligo Bay, you think turf. Nah, they've done okay, about 14% on dirt over the last couple of years. So that's my price shot. I think it's going to be tough to beat, though, the 9, Include Gold, an aggressive move for trainer Mike Trumbetta. It comes off of a decent third place finish behind Steve's filly. Penny Lover had gone on, I think, to run okay. Steve's filly was disqualified, I think, a bad test in that race, but did come back to run a 55 and a 3 in life at Park. So Include Gold, the blinkers go on, had a little bit of traffic problems last time out at Penn, down on the inside around the far turn, had to steady slightly, gave up ground, was a little green through the stretch, maybe that's why the blinkers is going on, but an aggressive move. Trombetta 21% with a 50% dropper over the last couple of years.
At a short price, Include Gold, adding the blinkers and a drop for Trombetta, never really shown much at the distance, did run okay third last time, but the blinkers going on today. You mentioned that price runner Ghetto Fabulous. I mean, this filly has some potential indeed. Woodbine to Laurel, as we mentioned, the finale on Christmas Eve, won by a similar type horse. Trainer change, shipping from Woodbine, coming to Laurel, synthetic to dirt, and the Wayne Potts runner Ghetto Fabulous comes out of a couple of interesting races. Last race, October 2nd, produced 2 winners. So maybe this is the key here, out of a key race for Ghetto Fabulous with the surface switch this afternoon.
No doubt. I think it's a user. Whether or not looks like the speed of the race, I would assume Dave has to get off that inside the way the tracks are playing. Her numbers have been steadily declining, and she shows some numbers in the past that were very solid. Did face Proud Maid Marian, gave up grudgingly, was inside of that rival through the stretch last time out. Mile 60 hasn't really ever been an issue for her. She'll be fine, just worried about the inside. I think include Gold with the blinkers is going to be able to keep her in her sights and wear her down, and maybe look for Ghetto Fabulous. I think an improved effort going from synthetic to dirt for Bots.
Whether or not it's got that rail, which could be pose a problem here, but most of all, she said optimal kind of pace conditions to benefit her. There's not much speed in the race today, except for an aggressive class dropper off the turf, Pleasure Cruise, that could be a pest for her. So if you believe that whether or not it's had some optimal pace scenarios in here and gets a little pressure today, could be vulnerable from the inside gate.
That's true. Pleasure Cruise, a tough horse to figure. It was a hard horse to line. Scrambled to get this line done. We had to do it awfully quick, a quick turnaround on Friday. But a note on the mare, Search the Sea, 5 for 18 on the dirt, made over $175,000. So interesting, first time ever this filly's going to be tried on the dirt.
Alrighty, in the second race, again, as we mentioned, no changes in race 2. That's our first pick 4 of the afternoon, our early pick 4, 50-cent pick 4 wagering. And in the second race, a field of 8 going to the gate. Holiday Blues is your 8-5 morning line favorite with a ratio Caramana sub.
Maybe a few of us suffering from a little hangover. Holiday Blues there, aptly named. Likes this kind of surface. We've seen they're going to get a kind of a muddy, possibly sealed surface today. A big win. 3 races back, breaking the maiden special weight, then a really good try against Staff Sergeant Reckless, a next out winner. So questionable speed types to the inside. She's going to set up good position for mid-pack to make a rally. Table jumper, though, going to be my top selection for Trainer. Hamilton Smith, the 5. 2 really dismal efforts off of a length of layoff from November of 2015 to September of 2016. I don't know what's gone wrong with her. Ran very quick, ran good at 2. I like that 7 furlong workout, 129 flight, maybe a little bit of a tell. It's not a quick give up. She's in for 25, not like they're dropping her all the way down. I think if she can revert to that early form, even close to that early form, Dave, she make a decent run from mid-pack.
And Malcolm Franklin would like to win on Table Jumper to get career win 1,000, still holding at 999 wins is Malcolm Franklin, looking for career win 1,000 on Table Jumper.
Get a little note for Hammy Smith. I know it's not a big sample, but the past 2 years, 3 for 3 allowance to claimers with these fillies and mares on the dirt.
Okay, Holiday Blues going to set the flow, and again, the track being rated muddy right now to good. Maybe they're bringing the harrows out again, but certainly still some moisture in there should help her cause. I mean, she seems like the horse to beat, got a perfect draw outside, maybe set up shop there, 4th, 5th position maybe, heading into the far turn and make one little run at him. I think one of the speeds, Keith, she might have to try to run down is number 2, Leapt, who was beaten 30 lengths last time out, stopped at Parks, but that 46-second was a hot fraction for the day at Parks when you look comparatively. And she does kind of her best running near the lead. And she's a jump start filly, as is your top pick Table Jumper there. So maybe some jump starts kicking off the early pick 4 at some decent prices. 6-1 on Leapt. Table Jumper also 6-1. Jump starts coming at you on the off-going.
Yeah, Sudden Hope, I think, is a dead cent from the race. We saw trainer Damon De Ludovico with a big win Christmas Eve at 19-1 shot, went 3/4 of maiden and 10-4, I believe. Look for that one in the future. But Sudden Hope, I think, is the speed of the speed. If you believe, first time for Jacobson, will make a move into that pace. Questionable, company at Santa Anita Del Mar. We talked about that with a Kieran runner the other day. So I think there's going to be a pretty honest pace up front. It sets up nicely for Holiday Blues. Is the horse to beat. Table Jumper in my price shot.
Third race, scratch the 1 Lieutenant Dale, the 8 Old Senator in the 9 Bay Shore Boy. No high 5 wagering in race 3 on the program. And, well, Mongolian King is looking for a repeat, but kind of a spotty racing record since the spring. Moved to Tom Ionati's barn and gate to wire at Penn National. Held on to win as the favorite, 2 clear of the third-place finisher there. That wasn't his fastest or best race, but certainly now maybe you'll try to take them all the way. But I know you like maybe the looks of a horse that caught your eye going the one-turn mile here at Laurel Park for trainer Annette Eubanks. First time in that Eubanks it was, too, Danny, my boy.
Yeah, I don't think Mongolian King necessarily needs the lead. A real hard horse to gauge her off of this big drop. Runs up into the mid-70 buyers, likes to be close to it. I think Flash Heart is the key horse of this race. If he goes ahead and sends, he's been able to hang on a pretty long time at big prices in the past. He's fresh. Maybe Mongolian King makes a move into him. But Danny, my boy, we've got a video of his last race on December the 4th. I like the way this horse finished up. The final quarter in 24-3. I know they didn't go really quick early, but was patiently handled by Karamanos. Really took well to his handling. You see him picking him up from the back of the pack. He's running about 6th right now in the red cap with the red blinkers, the gray, number 4. And he just finds a nice little path, works his way comfortably between horses, gets out to about the 6th or 7th path. There he is highlighted. Thanks, guys. And he just churns on nicely the last 3/16, quarter of a mile, responds to a little bit of a left-handed pressure. He levels out, runs straight and true to the wire. And he was hard through the wire. He wasn't kind of just laboring. He was good through the wire here. This is an encouraging race. First time here for Annette Eubanks. I think there's going to be an okay flow up front with Flash Heart and Mongolian King. Danny, my boy, he likes this track. I don't think the extra 16th of a mile is going to be a problem for him.
No, he's won in a mile and a 16th in Jersey at Monmouth, so horse in good form right now. So sometimes you see horse come from the one-turn mile going to the 2 turns here at Laurel, and it's not quite the same deal, but we know he's done this before, the 2-turn trick before.
Yeah. No, I think he's going to be good from mid-pack. I don't think he has to get that far back. Yeah, Mongolian King, he's going to be short. I guess maybe you throw him in there a little bit. I got to try to go ahead and beat him. Finito is another one. Coming out of that open 11,000, another horse that's done well here at Laurel. That was just too much last time. That Street Bull at Tribal Honor bopping, it would be a much better field. Barn trying to heat back up. They've been a little bit unlucky of late. Gets Toledo. This horse falls way far back.
Yeah, talk about a plotter. He's really a double-digit lag behind kind of horse here in a short field that could pose some problems.
Yeah.
All right, you do have a pick 6 ticket for us, and we'll do that after a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with our Rainbow Pick 6.
The all-new Laurel Park is beyond your expectations. Feel the anticipation.
Is this long shot now?
Witness the speed. Experience the thrill.
Back on Today at the Race is sponsored by Fidelity First in a moment.
There we go.
That's all right, okay? Here we go. I kind of wanted to see that.
You were going to watch it again?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, fourth race, allowance optional claimer. Back on Today at the Race is sponsored by Fidelity First. And a couple of headline 2-year-olds have running lines going through today's fourth race. Got El Arib, Great Bulls of Fire in your running lines here. This is a good race because we're going to see perhaps El Arib, I believe, nominated for the Marylander coming up on New Year's Eve. But certainly some of the maybe second-tier kind of 2-year-olds here at Laurel Park making their appearance in today's fourth race to kick off our pick 6.
Yeah, and I think a lot of money is going to come in on the 1 and the 2. High Roller, I believe, will be a solid favorite. Maybe got a little aggressive on the line and even money. He might float up just a touch. But, yeah, close to 6,000 in this 20-cent pick 6 carryover. So a really nice chunk of change to go after this day after Christmas, pay off a couple bills. I think some money will come into this and make it maybe bump it up close to 8,000 or 10,000. Should be a nice little handle. But yeah, as you talked about, Dave, El Arib in the running lines, a horse that ran a 94 buyer last time out in the James F. Lewis. I think High Roller was a little too close to that pace, Dave. I think his running style is best suited a little further off the pace. And we're going to go back to the debut run on September the 11th at Laurel Park. in a good little maiden special weight field, which also had inner rears. And you see inner rears goes to the lead at a big price that day at 50 to 1. You're not going to see 50 to 1 anywhere close to that on inner rears today. But picking up from the back of the pack, mid-pack in the clear, number 9, about 6 right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with Trevor McCarthy. Kind of a similar running style to Danny, my boy, in the other video we showed. But this horse, well schooled. You can see, didn't mind the traffic around the turn, split horses, and when he levels off, Dave, he really levels off to a super strong stride. You don't see runs like this, sustainable runs from 2-year-old firsters too often, and this horse just kicks the top with about 50 yards to go, and it says, I'm gone, eagerly through the wire. High roller at 5.5, though. That's going to be my big question mark. I'm going to take him on top. I think the move back to Trevor. Trevor gets along with his horse very well, as seen by that debut win. There's enough speed in here, Dave, to set it up for high roller. I think he can take back, circle around, and get the job done at a short price. Keys up against good horses. Keep look out. Ella Reed in particular. Even an improvement in Beyer off of the debut win.
Yeah, off the maiden win was third in the James Lewis to the horse we mentioned earlier. Ella Reed, certainly one of the top 2-year-olds here in Maryland. Great Bulls of Fire, maybe Irish War Cry. I think, you've got some really nice young horses here who've run during the fall meet. Was third there to Ella Reed, who it was just lights out in 109 and 4 in winning the James Lewis, 110 time form U.S. figure. That is a huge number.
Wow.
Again, you're right. Coming from 6 to 5.5, a horse who doesn't have a lot of early lick.
And being down inside, he can get
inside,
shuffled a touch.
Possible, I mean, there's another horse that comes out of the Ella Reed race that's kind of scary at a price, the great Ronaldo. I mean, he comes out of that race and he's got tactical early speed. I know he was 7th in the James Lewis. And, kind of reminds me of the Chips I Cluted horse the other day. I know he wasn't on the rail, but, he's got enough maybe footwork to hang around for a share here for the Salzman barn. But a high roller looks like the horse to beat no matter which way you slice the race here.
Inner rear's the one horse. They took the blinkers off last time. I think maybe being able to think that they're going to take this horse back off. He was still keen to go. What will he do today from the inside? Maybe some other horses' speed outside forces him to kind of maybe take back a little bit. Coming off of that 7 furlongs back to 5.5, I expect a good middle move and a sustained run from the one inner rears. Go to the outside. Maybe I think one of the better price shots to use underneath in here. How about them Cowboys? Maybe use them a little bit in the pick 6 ticket. We'll look at that in a minute. But how about them Cowboys? A good effort at 6 furlongs at Parks. Shortens up a little bit. He doesn't need the lead. He's got some speed to his inside. The way this track's been playing, it's going to suit him just fine. I like the move back up to the optional here for trainer Jamie Ness.
So you're going to hedge this horse on the pick 6 ticket,
I'm going to use that, as well. Yeah. So if we got that pick six ticket, guys, can we give it a look? The 20-cent pick 6
it's coming up in a
carryover.
sec. Okay, yeah.
We're going to get it.
Okay,
there it is. There we go. Up here. So we're going to go 3 deep in the opener. I just worry about the inside post for the 1 and the 2 a little bit, so that's why I'm going to use the 8. How about them Cowboys in the ticket? Race 5 will go 2 deep. Race 6, a really nice maiden special weight event for 2-year-olds going a mile. A couple Pletcher horses in. A Bobby Moscow horse came in from Parks, a big effort last time out. 3 deep in the 7th, 4 deep in the 8th, and then pretty much all or nothing type. We'll single. I had to find a single somewhere to make it a $57 ticket, affordable ticket with my giant for Kieran McGee and Trevor McCarthy in race 9. A nice little string of races.
That's $57.60, near $60 cost there for the Rainbow Pick 6 with the carryover in the pick 6 this afternoon as well, an enticing one of almost $6,000. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
The Capuano horse, I should know the name of the horse by now. We've mentioned him. High Roller is going to be the big favorite in there. The gambling aspect, you're coming to the track with $60. You're betting $60 to win on High Roller to win and going home, or are you betting $60 in the pick 6?
I like the pick 6 ticket a little bit better. I think just being down inside, the way this track's been playing, it might take him a little bit to get going. He's got a nice strong run, but maybe a little outside draw would have been a little bit more favorable for him. I like playing the pick 6 with that kind of money. And also the single and the last, if we get knocked out midway through, or we're live, through the first 3 or 4 legs, don't go ahead and bet a late pick 4, spread a little bit in that last race.
Okay.
Take away that single or the pick 3 and give you a shot, maybe 2 shots, or a little saver bet to get that money back.
Alrighty, so that's the 4th race, and it's a good one. The 5th race starts at 50-cent pick 5, and there's carryover potential in the late pick 5 if no one has 5 out of 5. And another interesting race here, and there's a couple of horses that'll be decent prices, I think, with a chance in here. A and Out, Chickaletta, the 1 and the 7, to name a few, and you've got them both in your ticket. Your top pick is That a Boy Girl from the Hugh McMahon barn. Again, Malcolm Franklin with $9.99, looking for career win 1,000 today.
Yeah, I know we talked about A and Out the other day, Dave. You kind of mentioned you like this horse. A and Out, kind of an in and outer when looking at the numbers. Looked at a couple different the sheets and things of that nature. This horse, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. She does like Laurel, but once again, she's down inside. Is she going to make a bigger run? I know that the trainer jockey combo been very good over the lifetime. They're close to 30%. A patient rider in Julian Pimentel maybe takes this horse a little bit further back to get a better enhanced late run. Yeah, the question mark horse, Menil, number 6 for Jerry Brooks, reached in, grabbed this horse for $40,000 back in late October at Laurel. 2 races, 2 stakes down in Louisiana, and nothing. The numbers tailed off, dirt and sprint-wise. I don't think they were killer fields. I expected a little bit better performance from Menil. Now an aggressive move into 15. I'm going to play against her in here. She could be the controlling speed, but I like the way That a Boy Girl ran last time out of Charlestown. I usually don't say that. This horse had a tough inside post. I know it was a softer field, bet down to 30 cents to the dollar, but was able to overcome early adversity, get outside, and sustain her run. This is a 5-time winner. She likes to win. The right kind of move. They plucked off the other than condition, back in for the tag for 15. Just off of Menil maybe, make a move around the turn, try to put her away, open up some daylight, because I do believe the 7 Chickaletta for Jamie Ness will be rolling late. Another horse bumping up slightly in class off of one of her close to her lifetime best.
Yeah, Menil certainly got quite an investment there. The $40,000 claim, the shipping to Louisiana, the coming back here, and the big drop from a barn that's pretty cold. And I don't know if I know she's going to show speed, but she may face a little bit of a test up front.
Yeah.
You mentioned A and Out, and that inside gate. I've seen her run here before, and just from visually watching her, I just don't think that she's got to be aggressive inside. She can let some speed go on. Maybe Pimentel can get her out, and she can make one little sustained run, and maybe by the time they get to the 8th pole, get to the outside. So she's 12-1. I could take that price all day long.
Yeah, I think you're going to get. I think she's definitely going to. Like I say, once again, this line was done a little bit quicker. I do think she's going to float up close to double digits.
I'm not knocking your
line.
line.
No. But I do want to explain that. But
as they say in New Orleans, I'm not a knocker.
You're not a knocker. But no, I think Menil is vulnerable. I like the way the 9 ran last time, and I think the 9 and the 6 are going in the right direction. I mean, 9 and the 7, the form is definitely going in the right direction.
All right, 6th race, scratch number 6, Cantaros Cat, Julian Pimentel on the 5, Curtis. And here's a race with several angles. Blinkers on, the 3, Valhalla, is one of the big angles, I think, in here, because Pletcher's got not only Valhalla, but he's got the 5-2, Karamani aboard, Karamanis aboard for Sumaya U.S. Stable. Which way did you go in the 1-turn mile for the 2-year-old maidens?
Well, I'm going to take a shot with Valhalla, and it didn't know. I got the blinker information early this morning.
Right, just now.
Really didn't affect me one way or the other. It didn't put me over the top. I'm going to stick with Valhalla. I like that race against Lita Stray. Called a McGahee runner. McLaughlin horse ran second in the debut run. Pletcher, he's very good second time out. I don't mind the stretch out here. We've seen some of the offspring. They're okay. The mother was a 2-time route winner. What I liked is this horse was up close to a really quick pace at Belmont, 22 at 2:45 and 3. Dropped back a little bit around the turn and didn't just spin it. Actually dropped to the inside and finished up with some sneaky good late energy. I think this pace is going to be just to the liking of Valhalla. The way the barn goes, second time out, I think this horse is going to be okay. They come to Maryland bred, get the Maryland bred bonus money today.
I agree. It's not everything, not necessarily numbers. When we're talking about Valhalla with that 53 buyer figure, because you get the blinkers on. She's also a half brother to Runner, who was a
Yes.
Keeneland allowance winner. So the distance should be no problem at all. Blinkers on, quite enticing debut run visually, maybe all adding up to a win today for the higher price of the Pletcher runners.
Higher price of the Pletcher runs than the 5. Curtis, you can't take anything away from the way he's run the last 2. Trainer Robert Moscow now, you think he has nightmares of Todd Pletcher? Filet of Soul, who beat him, was 1-5 a Pletcher last time out. Beats him a dirty, rotten, stinking nose.
And now he
Win
comes
with
back.
pride, 2 back was
Okay.
a Pletcher runner that came in and got the money and beat him at Park. So now he encounters another 2 Pletcher runners, but Curtis ran really, really good last time. I know it looks like he kind of maybe quit a little bit late. He dug in. He tried really, really hard. Not a ton of speed in the race. I think he could be the speed, and I don't think he necessarily needs it per se, but he's really improved nicely with the blinkers for trainer Robert Moscow, and this horse is live, I think, going to take a lot of play in here.
Big number, maybe an aberration because of a sloppy track, but again, it's the sun's not out, it's cloudy here, and right now the track rated muddy, perhaps good, but still some moisture in there, going to help Curtis's cause. Except that, again, as you mentioned, Moscow picked up the overnight and saw not one but 2 Pletcher horses against him. That horse win with pride, by the way. 2 back 4th in the Remsen next time out.
Yeah, it's a good little race. And Caramani, you have to respect. A good second to bonus points, goes turf to dirt. Bonus points, we saw come in, what, second?
Second in the Maryland Juvenile Futurity,
behind
but
Grey
not
Bulls
not a eye-catching second in my opinion.
No, we saw that he probably pretty much wanted to be a router. The 8 Painter's Rag for trainer Graham Motion. Union Rags, we've seen these horses running quite well out of an unraced mare, but the mare was kin some really nice runners. I think, what is it, 2-year-olds, what do I have here? 3 for 9, 83, 158,000 maybe on one of the sips. So, yeah.
How Painter's Rag is debuting. The last work on my printed form is December 14th.
Yeah,
I just noticed he worked December 23rd as well.
Oh, okay.
So he's had another work since then, and it got me curious. You know, Fair Hill 102 and 3, best of 4. The other bullet work, equal time that day. A little horse named Irish War Cry.
Oh, yeah. We happen to know that one out of the
I
motion
wonder if
barn, don't we?
they won here, debut run, circling extremely wide. One of the better 2-year-olds seen us run this meet. So, is this horse as good as Irish War Cry? Is he better? Maybe the money will tell. You know, look at the tote for Painter's Rags. He could be.
No
he could be
doubt.
something.
And he's one I'm not going to leave out of the pick 6. If you do a late pick 5, but yeah, the mare Internal Affair had a couple siblings, a couple foals, I should say, 2-year-olds. As 2-year-olds, they were 3 for 9 and hedged up in the low 80s. So that's pretty solid.
All right, on to race 7. Scratch the 5. Fleet Flame. And I put one little phrase at the top of race 7. And see if you agree with me. I had almost all button. I don't know. Fleet Flame was one of the horses I guess you could use if you're narrowing it down. He's out. But, I mean, I just found this race for Phillies maiden claiming 25 a little toughy this afternoon. There's a few fillies in here that have run okay, ready to improve. I mean, can you really kind of key on anybody?
It's tough. The 11 Perfect Party Girl's a question. She only tried the dirt twice. She had trouble, excuses, both races. Byers' numbers really not that good. Showed a good turn of foot on the turf. And was scratched out of that chip side. Cluted race was a little pinned down a little further towards the inside, if I'm not mistaken. Gets a better draw today.
Well, the chips I clued was not made in 25, too, if I recall.
That's right. It was 16?
Maiden 16. And so they entered her for maiden 16, scratched her a couple days ago in for the maiden 25 today. So, yeah.
She's a real guessing game. I'm going to use her into the mix. She keys up okay against some all right horses. The 4 Socialized for Graham Motion. A good effort last time, second time out, second time Lasix today. An okay run, you know, just missed a little bit of traffic, had to get bumped through, got bumped through the stretch to just miss. I like the little turn back. There could be a good amount of speed in this race with Friesin Gal down inside, maybe Perfect Party Girl. Fleet Flame would like to move into it, maybe midway around the turn. I like the 7, though, Scarlet's Ransom. You look at this race, this horse took pretty good play in debut for 40,000. They went okay, 13-2, was down inside, and I thought this horse held pretty well to the head of the stretch, even though the jock was kind of into a pretty good leaving the 3/8 fold. Held all right, just gave in like it was the worst, absolute worst part of the racetrack you could be in. A little subtle drop. Jerry Robb 2-year-old, second time out over the course of his training career, close to 25%. Nice little drop in class here for Scarlett's Ransom. I think you're going to get a much better price than that 5-1 in the debut.
Yeah, Rail retreated, now gets an outside draw. Could be a different ball game today. I think you got to consider her basically a first-time starter in this spot, as are some of the other fillies as well.
Yeah, but I think Socialize, like I say, I think the race could maybe fall into her lap. Our First Candy, another one, just hasn't really turned it on quite as strong as I would have liked. The last 3/16 of a mile, kind of slow to begin, is down inside. Another one, maybe a little bit better draw. I just hate seeing these horses. They don't have a lot of speed. Sometimes they get shuffled even a little bit more. They can't hold that position. We'll have to look for, I like her underneath. So.
Didn't use Important in there from the Trombetta barn?
Did not.
I mean, that's a kind of a sideways move. Claim for 25, in for 25. She's a half to DeMarquis, who has 3 wins out of 6 starts, I believe it is, an allowance winner who's kind of maybe a little better turf horse, right?
Yeah.
So you're wondering here, did they claim her specifically for the turf? And if so, why is she back in for a lateral 25 sideways, 25,000 move here on the dirt? Well, maybe they think she's a better dirt horse. I don't know. But the Sagamore, it's a Sagamore bred, and it's a little pedigree to her here for Trombetta first off the claim.
No doubt. Is a half to Brute Force, who did win on the dirt, I believe, going
there's
long.
some dirt. All right. I love the 8th race today.
What it is
on the program. This is a really good feature. 45,000 allowance optional claimer in the spot. Likes a service for 10-time winner in here. Blue Moon Ace, who is a 3-year-old who kind of turned on the afterburners in the maiden score here at Laurel Park, and was favored actually against service for 10 back in midsummer here at Laurel Park. And you've got Easy River, who's a first-time gelding, and is that blinkers too, or just first-time gelding?
First-time gelding is what I have
first time.
on
That's
Easy
right.
River.
First-time gelding, and just a host of really nice horses breaking to the outside. Gursky and Struth as well. Which way did you go, race 8?
A lot of ways to go. A lot of ways to go. I kind of just looking for a price. Horse that's in good form. I think the 3 Easy River has found a home. Sprinting, has encountered some troubles the last 2 starts. Hopefully a little bit further down inside doesn't encounter. Let's look at 2 races back. The Maryland Million Sprint Handicap, breaking out of post 3. We're going to watch Easy River coming out of the gate. A good price that day at 16-1 behind Nicoradillic Rocks and Morning Fire. And an okay break there, but heading about the opening furlong here, heading to the 5/8 pole. Just has to steady a little bit, gets in a little bit of trouble there under Jock and Heavy on Toledo. It lost a little position. Has to work its way in between horses. Morning Fire not going, super quick and honest. 22-3 picks it up around the turn to a good pace. I like the way that Easy River made the move right here from the 3/8 pole to about the 3/16, Dave. Wasn't quite able to kick on with the top 2 with Nicoradillic Rocks and Morning Fire. These 2 going on the front end. They're going pretty smooth. I know you see 45 and change, but these are good horses, and they're making it look easy on the front end. But a nice, strong little move here. A move tips out about 4 wide and just can't quite kick on the last 3/16 to 1/8 of a mile. But a good, strong 88 buyer, a number that's going to probably, I think, win this race, Dave, if he can do that. We're going to go first-time gelding, encounter trouble last time. Comes out of that good Negrita service for 10 race. He's going to hold value for you. There's going to be enough speed. Colonel Sharp from the rail with speed. Det Ceiling likes to go. Struth has been keen to go early. They take the blinkers off at Struth. Even Gursky and any Court of Storm have shown speed in the past. I'm sorry, not any Court of Storm, but Gursky has shown speed in the past. It's going to be honest up front. I think Easy River and Service for 10 are your best closers from the back of the pack.
Agree. I mean, and not only do they come out of the best race, I think, in recent form, but they're going to both be suited by a quick pace up front, and they're both horses that have shown quite a bit of ability. That Negrita race strong. Big Louis D, the 3rd place finisher out of there, came back with a dazzler next time out. The 3, the 8 out of the strongest race of the group. But Blue Moon Ace, number 2, you've got on the board there. Just want to touch on him for a second. Going to Robbie Bales' barn, one of the horses from the Bender Dispersal, now retired trainer Larry Murray, moving in a new barn for the first time. He was favored against Service for 10 and Struth and the likes there, July 24th. and you know he's kind of just been you know, paddling along since then. But coming back a fresh horse here. First time in the new barn. He's got some tactical speed, perhaps more tactical speed than Easy River or Service for 10.
Yeah, he can move up. He's got a quick little middle move. The timing is going to have to be perfect. He's going to be the higher price of the Robbie Bales horse. I forgot to mention even Concordia's Way, who's going to probably be up to it. Really keen to go on 2 eye-catching wins on December 4th and December 9th. This horse is loving the dirt. Strong race last time. Beat a field. Yeah, this is going to be the acid test for him. He's third race in 3 weeks. Will He Be Mine, 2-back, did come back to run well. That was against a other than company. But Concordia's Way, he is in super sharp form.
Yeah, Saratoga Heater looking for his 4th straight. I mean, granted, he beat Nicardolic Rocks, who may be just maybe a notch below of his Merrill Million Sprint win in recent weeks since that journey to Mahoning Valley, but you know, with the track the way it is, you know, he's 4 for 7 on the wet.
That's right. He likes the moisture.
At first, I kind of didn't really, you know, didn't really want to use him, but now I have to take a second look at him at least underneath. But the 3 and the 8 come out of your sharpest race of the group. Okay.
And you see Toledo jumping off Concordia's Way, and he's over to Saratoga Heater. Maybe an early call there. We don't know.
9th and final, Keith. I know you've got your single on the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 in the 9th race on a horse coming turf to dirt. Is that correct?
Turf to dirt, 14 starts on the turf. Out of a mare, though, that was 7 for 16 on the dirt and made close to $300,000.
Okay.
Kieran, it's late in the year. Let's take the shot. Dropping down from 14 to 5. Looks like the epitome of an all or nothing kind of a horse, Dave, from, you know, mid-pack. It's shown some speed on the dirt. Not a ton of quality speed in this race. Patrick Rock should go on with it a little bit, maybe from the rail with that shorter run, mile and 16. Thought Partner will be up close. But, yeah, if I'm going to single anybody there along the whole way, it's a tough sequence to get here. He would be my one, once again, save. If you're alive through the first 3 or 4, go do yourself a favor. Play a late pick 3 or a late pick 4.
Patrick
some other
Rocks.
horses in here, maybe Patrick Rocks.
Yeah, out of the Danny My Boy race, so he'll get a line if he wins earlier in the day, maybe a little extra feather in the cap for him. The negative is he's tried Laurel 12 times, no wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds for Patrick Rocks, who looks to be the speed or part of the speed in here. Run for Zach, to me, was visually impressive. I know it was a nickel now winners at 2, but he turned it on going 2 turns for the first time with a huge move at the 3/8 pole. If we see that sweeping outside kind of rally style here at Laurel Park today, that could help the 2 run for Zach. So Keith was 7-8-2-6 in the finale and keying on the 7 in his 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 ticket. I don't know if we can put that back up again for people who may have tuned in late. Maybe not. Yeah, we got time. And again, it's almost a $60 ticket. So we'll go over that again for people who may have tuned in late. And if you want to go deeper in the 9th race than 7, you know, just going to.
We've got a nice carryover, David.
Yeah, you might as well if you can get a buddy or 2 to go in.
$10,000, right? $6,000 pretty much. Let's call it $6,000 going in. A good sequence, a tough little sequence of races. As I said, I've got the single in the last, 3 deep by 2, by 4, by 3. Race 8. I think we could go even more, and you even talked about the other maiden race. And prior to that, that was a tough situation to try to narrow it down to 3. A lot of ways to go in this pick 6. I do like some horses in here, though, at some okay prices. So we'll string it along there, bring us down to our single in the last with
I think
Kieran
a lot of people are going to be keying on High Roller, right? That's the first leg, and then if you can get past that, maybe hope for some prices later on. We'll see. That's what makes it an interesting sequence today. 38 minutes out to post time. Keith, thanks for your analysis today. We'll be back in just a few moments with a look at the scratches, changes, corrections for today's card. Good luck on this day after Christmas, Boxing Day.